Welcome back to English Pronounce Pro. We have a special topic today.
That's right. We're diving deep into something many people think about.
It's about finding that perfect career path.
Exactly. We want to talk about your dream job.
What does that phrase even mean to you?
It's more than just a job, isn't it?
It feels like a calling or a true fit.
A place where you feel fulfilled and engaged.
So, let's explore what that looks like.
Our previous discussion touched on passions and skills.
And also, what values matter most to you?
These are the building blocks of a dream role.
What is your initial thought about a dream job?
For me, it's a role where I genuinely love waking up to work.
That sounds amazing. What makes you love it?
It's a combination of engaging tasks and positive impact.
So, engagement is key. What about the actual work?
The work itself needs to align with my interests.
Interests are part of your passions, I imagine.
Absolutely. Passion drives motivation and persistence.
When you think about passions, what comes to mind?
I enjoy creative problem solving and helping others learn.
Helping others learn is a great passion.
It gives me a sense of purpose.
Purpose is a huge factor in job satisfaction.
Indeed. Without purpose, a job can feel hollow.
So, your dream job taps into your passions?
Yes, it definitely uses what I'm passionate about.
Are there specific activities you dream of doing?
I dream of designing learning materials and teaching them.
That sounds like a very fulfilling path.
It combines my desire to create and to educate.
And you mentioned problem solving earlier. How does that fit?
I like finding innovative solutions to complex challenges.
So, a dream job involves intellectually stimulating problems.
Yes, I thrive on puzzles and finding answers.
What if the passion isn't immediately obvious?
That's a common challenge. We need to explore.
Explore how? What are some initial steps?
Think about activities you do in your free time.
Things I enjoy doing without being asked.
Exactly. What genuinely excites you outside work?
I enjoy reading about new technologies.
That's a great clue. Technology is a passion area.
And I also enjoy organizing events for friends.
That suggests organizational skills and social engagement.
So, looking at hobbies can reveal passions?
Yes, they are often a direct indicator.
What if you have many passions?
That's a good problem to have. We can combine them.
Combine them into one role? How is that possible?
Perhaps a role that involves teaching about technology.
That makes sense. It connects two interests.
It's about finding that intersection.
So, the first step is identifying passions.
Yes, and then looking at how they manifest.
Let's move to skills. What about your talents?
My talents are related to communication and analysis.
Communication and analysis are valuable skills.
They are, and I enjoy using them.
How do your skills connect to your dream job?
My dream job requires clear explanation and data interpretation.
So, you're using your existing skills there?
Yes, I want a job that leverages what I'm good at.
Is it important to develop new skills too?
Definitely. A dream job often involves growth.
Growth through learning new abilities?
Yes, acquiring new competencies keeps it exciting.
So, it's not just about using current skills.
No, it's also about the opportunity to expand them.
What if your current skills don't match your passion?
That's where a plan comes in. You can learn.
So, the dream job might involve skill development?
It often does. It's a journey of acquiring expertise.
How can we identify our core skills?
Reflect on achievements. What made them successful?
What skills did you use to achieve that success?
It might be leadership or strategic thinking.
What about technical skills? Are they important?
They can be, depending on the industry.
So, skills need to align with the desired role.
Yes, and also with the industry you're targeting.
Let's talk about the work environment. What's your preference?
I prefer a collaborative and supportive atmosphere.
Supportive is key. What does that mean to you?
It means colleagues who help each other succeed.
And collaboration. What kind of collaboration?
Working in teams on shared projects.
What about the physical space? Open office or private?
I don't have a strong preference for the physical space.
So, the culture is more important than the layout?
Yes, the team dynamics are paramount.
What kind of management style do you prefer?
I appreciate leaders who are transparent and encouraging.
Encouraging is good. Does it involve autonomy?
Yes, a degree of autonomy is very important.
Autonomy allows for more personal ownership.
Exactly. It fosters a sense of responsibility.
What if the work environment is toxic?
That would be a deal breaker for a dream job.
A toxic environment can drain your passion.
It can certainly stifle creativity and motivation.
So, a positive work environment is crucial.
Absolutely. It impacts well-being and productivity.
Let's connect this back to the previous points.
How do passions and skills fit into the environment?
If your passion is innovation, you need a supportive environment.
And an environment that encourages trying new things.
What if your skills are analytical? How does environment matter?
An analytical role thrives in one with data access.
And where data is valued and used for decisions.
Precisely. The environment should complement your abilities.
Now, let's talk about values. What are yours?
Integrity is a core value for me.
Integrity. What does that mean in a workplace?
It means honesty and ethical conduct.
So, transparency and fairness are important.
Very important. I want to work for an ethical company.
Are there other core values you hold?
Continuous learning is another value.
That ties into our discussion about skills growth.
Yes, a company that invests in its employees.
What about making a difference? Is that a value?
For me, impact is a significant value.
Impact on society or on the company?
Both, ideally. Making a positive contribution.
So, the company's mission should align with your values?
Ideally, yes. It provides a sense of purpose.
What if the company's values conflict with yours?
That would create internal conflict and unhappiness.
It might lead to disengagement from your role.
And that's the opposite of a dream job.
So, we must consider the company culture deeply.
Yes, and its ethical standing and mission.
What about work-life balance? Is that a value?
For many, it's a crucial value. For me too.
So, a dream job respects personal time?
Yes, it shouldn't consume your entire life.
How do finances fit into this dream job discussion?
Finances are a practical consideration, of course.
A dream job still needs to pay the bills.
Absolutely. It needs to be sustainable.
But is money the primary driver of a dream job?
No, not for most people who define it well.
So, it's about fair compensation, not extreme wealth.
Yes, fair compensation that reflects your worth.
And allows for a comfortable life.
Indeed. It provides security and freedom.
What if a job offers high pay but no fulfillment?
That might be a good job, but not a dream job.
It might provide comfort, but not joy.
Precisely. Fulfillment is a key component.
So, we balance financial needs with personal satisfaction.
It's about finding that sweet spot.
What if your dream job doesn't pay much initially?
That's where planning and experience come in.
You might start with a lower salary for growth.
Yes, if the long-term potential is high.
And if it aligns with your passions and values.
Exactly. It's a strategic decision.
Let's discuss common myths about dream jobs.
A big myth is that it's always easy.
So, it's not supposed to be effortless?
No, every job has challenges and hard work.
So, a dream job still requires effort?
Yes, but the effort feels more meaningful.
What else do people misunderstand about dream jobs?
They think it's a single, fixed destination.
So, it's not a static role forever?
It can evolve. Your dreams can change.
That's a great point. Careers are dynamic.
What you dream of today might shift later.
Another myth, it's only about passion, ignoring practicality.
Yes, we need to balance idealism with reality.
So, passion alone isn't enough to sustain a career.
No, practical skills and market demand matter too.
And what about the idea of the one job?
Believing there's only one perfect job can be limiting.
It might make you overlook other great opportunities.
Exactly. It can lead to dissatisfaction if it's not found.
So, we should be open to multiple possibilities?
Yes, and to the idea of building your dream.
Building it, rather than just finding it.
That's a powerful distinction.
It implies agency and proactive steps.
Exactly. You have more control than you think.
What's another common misconception?
That a dream job means no stress or conflict.
But stress is part of any challenging role.
Yes, the key is healthy, manageable stress.
And conflict resolution skills are always needed.
Indeed. How you handle challenges matters.
So, it's about resilience and coping mechanisms.
Absolutely. No job is perpetually smooth sailing.
We've covered quite a bit today.
We've explored what makes a job a dream job.
We looked at passion, skills, and the environment.
And also values, finances, and common myths.
It's a comprehensive approach to career fulfillment.
It requires introspection and a realistic outlook.
Thank you for sharing your insights.
My pleasure. It's a vital conversation for everyone.
We'll continue this discussion next time.
We'll explore how to create an action plan.
And how to overcome challenges like rejection.
Until then, keep thinking about your dream.
This was a great starting point.
Indeed. A very important foundation.
Join us again soon on English Pronounce Pro.
We'll keep guiding you on your career journey.
So, we've laid a solid groundwork for our dream job.
Absolutely. Understanding your core drivers is crucial.
Now, let's venture into the vast landscape of possibilities.
That's where the real exploration begins.
Where do you suggest we start looking for inspiration?
We can begin by identifying potential industries.
Industries? Can you elaborate on that?
Think broad sectors like technology, healthcare, or creative arts.
So, not specific job titles yet, but wider fields?
Precisely. It's about recognizing areas that align with your interests.
How do we connect these broad areas to our passions?
Consider which industries are solving problems you care about.
That makes sense. What if my passion is environmental sustainability?
Then you might explore industries like renewable energy or conservation.
Or even sustainable fashion or urban planning.
Exactly. The connections can be quite diverse.
What if I'm not sure which industries are thriving?
Researching industry trends is a good starting point.
How can I research industry trends effectively?
Look at market reports, industry publications, and reputable news sources.
Are there specific questions I should ask myself about industries?
Ask if the industry values innovation or tradition, for example.
And how that aligns with my personal values.
Right. Does it foster collaboration or individual contribution?
So, it's about aligning with the industry's culture.
Yes, and its future trajectory. Is it growing or contracting?
What if an industry seems interesting but intimidating?
That's a good cue to investigate further, not dismiss it.
So, identifying industries is step one in exploring possibilities.
Indeed. It opens up a whole new spectrum of potential paths.
And this exploration feels less overwhelming than direct job hunting.
Because you're not pressured to find the asterisk job immediately.
It's about understanding the landscape first.
Precisely. Think of it as mapping out continents before choosing a destination.
That's a great analogy. What's the next logical step after industries?
Once you have a few potential industries, we dive into specific roles.
Researching specific roles within those industries?
Yes, this is where we get more granular.
What does granular mean in this context?
It means looking at actual job titles and their responsibilities.
So, if I'm interested in technology, what roles might I find?
You could encounter software engineers, data scientists, UX designers.
Those sound quite distinct from each other.
They are. Each requires a different blend of skills and expertise.
How do I determine which roles might fit me?
Refer back to your passions and skills assessment.
Does a role require problem-solving abilities?
If your passion involves complex challenges, then yes.
And what about creativity? Can that be a role requirement?
Absolutely. Think of roles in marketing or content creation.
So, I should look for roles that utilize my strengths.
And also ones that present opportunities for growth in areas you want to develop.
What if a job title sounds appealing but its description is vague?
That's where deeper research, like informational interviews, becomes vital.
Informational interviews? That sounds like an advanced step.
It is a powerful tool for gaining real-world insights.
So, it's about talking to people in those roles?
Exactly. You're not asking for a job, but for information.
What kind of questions should I prepare for these interviews?
Ask about their typical day, their biggest challenges, and what they enjoy most.
And what they find most rewarding about their work.
Yes, and what skills are most critical for success in their role.
This feels like gathering intelligence.
It is. You're gathering intelligence to make informed decisions.
How do I find people to conduct these interviews with?
This is where networking comes into play, even before you're actively seeking a job.
So, networking isn't just for when you're ready to apply?
Not at all. Building connections is an ongoing process.
Where do I start with building these connections?
Leverage your existing network first: friends, family, former colleagues.
And if that's limited, what then?
Professional online platforms are excellent for expanding your reach.
Like LinkedIn? I assume that's a given.
Precisely. But also consider industry-specific forums or groups.
So, I'm looking for professionals in my target industries and roles.
And then you reach out with a concise, polite request for a brief chat.
What makes a request concise and polite?
Clearly state who you are and why you're reaching out, specifically for learning.
So, no mention of seeking employment initially.
Correct. The goal is knowledge acquisition and building rapport.
What if I'm hesitant to reach out to strangers?
Remember, most people are willing to share their experiences.
And perhaps they appreciate someone showing genuine interest.
Precisely. It often feels flattering to be asked for advice.
So, networking is crucial for informational interviews.
It's the bridge that connects you to the real world of work.
This is becoming clearer. So, we've identified industries, researched roles, and discussed networking and informational interviews.
The next logical step is to bridge the gap between knowing and doing.
Gaining relevant experience, you mean?
Exactly. It's about acquiring practical, hands-on experience.
What kinds of experiences count if I'm still exploring?
Internships are a classic example, but not the only one.
Are there other ways to get hands-on without a formal internship?
Volunteer work in a related field can be incredibly valuable.
Even if it's unpaid, the experience is the currency.
Precisely. And it demonstrates initiative and commitment.
What about personal projects or freelance gigs?
Those are excellent ways to build a portfolio and showcase your skills.
So, I can create my own experience if needed?
Absolutely. It shows you can take initiative and deliver results.
How do I decide which experience is most relevant?
Align it with the skills and responsibilities of the roles you're researching.
So, if I want to be a UX designer, I should work on UI mockups.
Yes, or conduct user testing on existing apps, even hypothetically.
This feels like actively building my resume before I even apply.
You're not just building a resume, you're building your capability.
And credibility. That's a key differentiator.
It is. Demonstrating you can do the work is more powerful than just saying you can.
So, gaining experience is about tangible output.
Yes, and about learning through doing, which is often the most effective way.
What if I'm lacking a specific technical skill for these experiences?
Then we move into the realm of intentional skill development.
So, it's not just about gaining experience, but also about learning.
Indeed. Sometimes you need to acquire new competencies first.
What are some efficient ways to develop new skills?
Online courses are incredibly accessible and often affordable.
Platforms like Coursera, Udemy, or edX come to mind.
Exactly. They offer structured learning on a vast array of topics.
Are there other methods beyond online courses?
Workshops, boot camps, and even attending industry conferences can be beneficial.
Conferences can offer direct learning and networking opportunities.
They can. And don't underestimate books and tutorials.
So, it's about identifying the skill gaps and then finding resources.
Precisely. Make it a targeted learning effort.
How do I know if I'm truly learning the skill effectively?
Apply it immediately. Practice is paramount in skill acquisition.
Back to that concept of learning by doing.
Yes. It solidifies the knowledge and builds confidence.
What if I feel like I'm not good enough to learn a new skill?
That often leads to imposter syndrome.
That's a common hurdle, isn't it?
Very. It's that nagging voice telling you you're not qualified.
How do we combat that voice when we're trying to learn?
Acknowledge it, but don't let it dictate your actions.
So, recognize the feeling but keep moving forward.
Yes. Focus on the progress you're making, however small.
Tracking that progress seems important.
It is. Celebrate small wins and milestones along the way.
What if I look at others and feel they are much further ahead?
Remember, you're often only seeing their highlight reel.
And not their struggles or initial learning phases.
Precisely. Everyone started somewhere, often with uncertainty.
So, comparing myself to others is counterproductive.
It can fuel imposter syndrome. Focus on your own journey.
How else can I build confidence in my abilities?
Seek constructive feedback from mentors or trusted colleagues.
Feedback helps identify blind spots and areas for improvement.
And it can also highlight your strengths you might overlook.
So, overcoming imposter syndrome is about self-awareness and action.
It's about believing in your potential and taking consistent steps.
It sounds like a continuous process, not a one-time fix.
Absolutely. It's about building resilience.
We've covered industries, roles, networking, experience, and skill development.
And touched upon overcoming self-doubt along the way.
It's inspiring to hear that others have navigated similar challenges.
Indeed. Real-life examples can be incredibly motivating.
Can you share some brief examples of career shifts?
Certainly. Think of someone transitioning from a corporate role to a non-profit.
That requires a significant shift in focus and values.
Often it involves leveraging transferable skills like project management.
And applying them to a new mission or purpose.
Another example is moving from a technical field into a leadership position,
where the emphasis might shift towards strategy and team management.
or a creative professional moving into entrepreneurship.
Taking their craft and building a business around it.
These shifts often stem from a deep desire for change or new challenges.
And they highlight that career paths aren't always linear.
Not at all. Many fulfilling careers involve twists and turns.
It's reassuring to know that change is possible and often rewarding.
It emphasizes that your dream job can evolve.
And that your current skills can be applied in unexpected ways.
Exactly. These stories show the power of adaptability.
So, these examples encourage us to be open to new directions.
They demonstrate that a dream job can be built, not just found.
Thank you for these valuable insights and encouragement.
It's been a pleasure guiding you through these exploratory steps.
We've explored industries, specific roles, and how to connect with people.
And discussed gaining experience and continuous learning.
We also addressed the mental aspects, like imposter syndrome.
And saw how diverse career journeys can be.
These are all crucial pieces for building our dream job path.
Indeed. Now, the next step is to synthesize this into a concrete plan.
Join us next time on English Pronounce Pro as we build that action plan.
We'll help you turn these explorations into tangible steps forward.
Until then, keep exploring your possibilities.
And remember, your dream job is within reach.
Thank you for tuning in.
See you on the next episode.
So we've explored many avenues for our dream jobs.
Indeed, we touched on industries and finding suitable roles.
And the importance of networking has been stressed.
Gaining experience and skill development were also covered.
We even addressed overcoming self-doubt and shifts.
But the path to this ideal role isn't always smooth.
That's a critical point. Let's delve into the tougher aspects.
The financial realities often clash with our aspirations.
How do you reconcile salary expectations with needs?
It's a delicate balance. Your dream might pay less initially.
So, you might have to take a pay cut?
Potentially. This requires careful budgeting and sacrifice.
That can be a significant hurdle for many people.
Especially if you have existing financial obligations.
What if the dream job offers low starting pay?
You must assess its long-term growth potential carefully.
Is the experience gained worth the initial financial strain?
That's the core question for you to answer.
So, we must be realistic about compensation.
Absolutely. Your immediate needs matter greatly.
Let's shift gears to another common challenge. Rejection.
Rejection is a harsh but frequent companion.
How do you build resilience against constant setbacks?
You learn to see each rejection as feedback.
Feedback on what specifically?
Perhaps your resume needs refining or your interview skills.
It's hard not to take it personally though.
It's vital to detach your self-worth from job outcomes.
So, not letting it erode your confidence.
Precisely. Keep applying and refining your approach.
This leads us to balancing passion and practicality.
A very important and often overlooked aspect.
How do you ensure your dream is achievable?
By thoroughly researching the industry and its viability.
So, checking if the field is growing or shrinking.
Yes, and understanding the typical career progression.
What if your passion lies in a niche market?
Then you might need to create your own opportunities.
This sounds like entrepreneurship, which we touched on.
It can be, or finding adjacent roles that use similar skills.
So, it's about adaptability and smart choices.
Exactly. Not abandoning passion but making it practical.
Let's discuss perfectionism in job seeking.
The endless search for the single perfect fit.
This can lead to analysis paralysis, can't it?
Definitely. You'll never find a flawless role.
So, it's better to aim for good enough sometimes.
More like great for now with growth potential.
You're suggesting flexibility and evolving career paths.
Exactly. The idea of one forever job is a myth.
And we must avoid getting stuck in indecision.
True. Procrastination is a silent dream killer.
What about external pressures? Family and social.
These can be powerful influences on our choices.
Parents might push for a stable, traditional career.
Friends might judge unconventional career paths.
How do you navigate these conflicting expectations?
By clearly defining your own priorities and values.
So, your personal definition of success matters most?
It should. Their advice comes from their perspective.
And their experiences might be very different from yours.
Correct. You need to honor your own aspirations.
This requires strong self-awareness, then.
It does. And courage to follow your own compass.
Now, about adapting to changing markets.
The job landscape is constantly shifting, isn't it?
New technologies emerge, industries transform.
Roles you trained for might become obsolete.
This makes continuous learning essential.
And cultivating a mindset of lifelong learning.
How do you future-proof a career?
By focusing on transferable skills and critical thinking.
Skills that are valuable across many fields?
Yes, like communication, problem-solving, and adaptability.
So, it's less about specific job titles?
More about acquiring a toolkit of capabilities.
And being willing to pivot when necessary.
Exactly. Embrace change, don't fear it.
What happens when the dream job disappoints?
That's a tough pill to swallow, isn't it?
You've worked so hard, and it's not what you imagined.
The reality can differ significantly from expectations.
Did you over-idealize the role or company?
Often, yes. We build up a perfect image.
So, managing expectations is key even before starting.
Crucial. Research the day-to-day reality thoroughly.
And if it does disappoint, what then?
Don't despair. Assess what's truly wrong.
Is it a minor issue or a fundamental mismatch?
Identify the specific aspects that aren't working.
Perhaps it can be improved or adapted.
Or perhaps it's time to reevaluate and move on.
So, it's another opportunity for growth?
Precisely. Every experience teaches you something.
Let's consider the right versus the job distinction.
This is about personal fulfillment, isn't it?
Is there truly one single right job for everyone?
I believe that's a flawed notion.
So, it's more about finding a fulfilling role now?
Yes, a role that aligns with your current self.
And your definition of fulfillment might evolve over time.
Exactly. What fulfills you today might change later.
So, we should focus on a good job, not the perfect one.
Focus on a role that provides meaning and engagement.
And allows for personal growth and contribution.
That's the goal. It doesn't have to be the ultimate end.
So, it's a journey of continuous discovery.
A lifelong exploration of what brings you joy.
This has been very insightful, focusing on the challenges.
Facing these realities makes the pursuit more robust.
Thank you for guiding us through these nuances.
It's been a pleasure. Remember to stay resilient.
We will. Until next time on English Pronounce Pro.
See you all on the next episode.
So, we've discussed the challenges of finding that perfect role.
Indeed. And how resilience helps navigate those hurdles.
We've also touched upon balancing aspirations with the practical.
And the importance of managing our expectations carefully.
It feels like we're ready to move beyond just talking.
Absolutely. The next logical step is creating a tangible plan.
A personal action plan sounds right.
Think of it as a roadmap for your journey.
What's the first step on this roadmap?
Break down your grand dream into smaller, manageable goals.
Like what kind of small goals?
Researching 5 companies in your desired sector.
That seems achievable.
Or identifying 3 specific skills to acquire next month.
So, concrete actions.
Exactly. And assign deadlines to each mini-goal.
This feels less overwhelming already.
It shifts focus from the distant ideal to the present task.
What if a goal proves too difficult?
That's where flexibility comes in. Adjust the plan as needed.
It's not a rigid decree then.
Not at all. It's a living document guiding your progress.
How about visualizing this dream job?
Visualization is a powerful tool for focus.
How does one visualize effectively?
Imagine yourself in that ideal role daily.
What should I focus on during visualization?
Picture the tasks you're doing with enthusiasm.
And the people I'm interacting with?
Yes, see yourself collaborating and contributing positively.
Does it help to write it down?
Absolutely. Writing it down solidifies the mental image.
So, I create a vivid mental picture.
And reinforce it through consistent mental rehearsal.
It's like mentally rehearsing success.
Precisely. It primes your mind for opportunities.
What if my visualization feels unrealistic?
Then refine the visualization to be more grounded.
Adjust the vision.
Yes, align it with achievable steps from your plan.
This connects the plan and the vision.
They should work hand in hand.
Now, about continuous learning.
Staying relevant is paramount in any career path.
What kind of learning is most beneficial?
Focus on skills directly applicable to your desired role.
So, targeted learning.
Yes. Explore online courses, workshops, or industry publications.
Are certifications valuable?
Often, yes. They provide tangible proof of your knowledge.
What about informal learning?
Reading books and listening to podcasts are excellent resources.
And learning from colleagues?
Absolutely. Mentorship and on-the-job learning are priceless.
How do I balance learning with current responsibilities?
Allocate specific time slots for learning each week.
Even small amounts of time add up.
Consistently applied effort yields significant results over time.
This sounds like a commitment.
It is. Lifelong learning is a career imperative.
What if I feel overwhelmed by new information?
Focus on one concept or skill at a time.
Avoid trying to learn everything at once.
Exactly. Prioritize based on your action plan.
And don't forget to celebrate progress.
Celebrating small wins is crucial for motivation.
Why is that so important?
It reinforces positive behavior and combats burnout.
What constitutes a small win?
Completing a difficult task on your action plan.
Or mastering a new software feature?
Yes. Or receiving positive feedback on a project.
How should I celebrate?
It doesn't need to be grand. Acknowledge it to yourself.
Perhaps a short break.
Or treating yourself to a favorite coffee.
Small rewards keep momentum going.
They build positive reinforcement loops.
This sounds like building a positive feedback cycle.
Precisely. It fuels your drive for the next step.
And what about the dream job itself evolving?
The concept of a fixed dream job is often a myth.
So, my ideal role can change?
Your aspirations will naturally evolve as you grow.
As my skills improve, so does my vision.
Exactly. And as you gain new experiences.
So, adaptability is key.
Embrace the fluidity of your career path.
It's not a static destination.
It's more of an unfolding journey.
This makes the pursuit less daunting.
Focus on growth and exploration, not just arrival.
What if the market changes significantly?
Your continuous learning and adaptability will be your shields.
They prepare you for the unexpected.
They transform potential threats into opportunities.
This perspective is very encouraging.
It allows for a more sustainable pursuit of career fulfillment.
So, what's the final advice you'd give?
Trust your journey and stay committed to your growth.
Be patient with the process.
Yes. And remember why you started this pursuit.
Hold on to that core motivation.
Absolutely. Let it guide your decisions.
What if setbacks occur?
View them as learning experiences, not failures.
They offer valuable lessons.
Exactly. Extract the wisdom and move forward.
This has been incredibly insightful.
We're glad you found it valuable.
Now, about engaging the community.
We encourage you to share your own dream job.
Where can we share?
On our social media channels using a specific hashtag.
What's the hashtag?
We'll announce it at the end of this episode.
So, we can inspire each other.
Community support is a powerful motivator.
It creates a collective momentum.
Yes. Let your aspirations be a beacon for others.
And what should listeners do next for the channel?
Subscribe to English Pronounce Pro for more career insights.
Don't miss future episodes.
Hit that notification bell to stay updated.
We appreciate you joining us.
It's been a pleasure exploring this topic.
Until our next conversation.
Keep pursuing your professional aspirations.
Goodbye for now, everyone.
See you on the next episode of English Pronounce Pro.
Our hashtag for sharing your dream job is #MyDreamJobJourney.
Join the conversation and share your vision with us.
We look forward to reading your aspirations.
Remember, your dream job is within reach.
With planning, learning, and a touch of visualization.
And the support of this wonderful community.
Thank you for tuning in.
Let's make those career dreams a reality together.
Until then, keep practicing.
And keep aiming high with your career goals.
This has been English Pronounce Pro.
Your partner in professional growth and clarity.
We believe in your potential.
Go out there and build your ideal future.
Don't forget to use #MyDreamJobJourney.
We're excited to hear from all of you.
Every story adds to our collective wisdom.
And inspires someone else on their path.
So share generously.
Let your passion shine through your experiences.
This concludes our call.
Keep working on that actionable plan.
And keep nurturing your evolving vision.
The future of your career is bright.
Thanks for listening.
We'll be back soon with more valuable content.
Stay motivated.
And stay on the path towards your best self.
Farewell.
Until next time on English Pronounce Pro.